20 frightening facts about the state of the U.S. economy which contradict government reports. Fact number 1. According to the United States Census Bureau, median household income in the United States has fallen 8% since 2007 when adjusted with official inflation numbers. Fact number 2. Since the Great Recession began in 2007, the U.S. economy has seen a net drop of over 1 million full-time jobs. Fact number 3. In the same time period, the amount of workers working only part-time jobs has increased 54%. Fact number 4. More than 7 million part-time workers work part-time by force, not by choice. These are called involuntary part-time workers. Fact number 5. The jobs added during the recovery pay an average of 23% less than the jobs that were lost during the recession after adjusted for inflation. Fact number 6. The official number of unemployed workers that have completely given up looking for work is twice as high now in 2014 as it was when the Great Recession began in December of 2007. Fact number 7. 17% of unemployed workers had been out of work for 6 months or longer in 2007. That number has since doubled to 34%. Fact number 8. 50% of all college graduates report still relying on their parents financially when they are 2 years out of school. Fact number 9. According to a new method of calculating poverty devised by the U.S. Census Bureau, the state of California currently has a poverty rate of 23.4%, with a number of other states having a rate of 20% or above. Fact number 10. The typical American household is worth 36% less in 2014 as it was in 2007. Fact number 11. In 2007, the average household in the top 5% of income earners had 16.5 times as much wealth as the average household overall. But now, in 2014, the average household in the top 5% has 24 times as much wealth as the average household overall. Fact number 12. The rate of small business ownership in the U.S. is the lowest in recorded history. Small business owners report overtaxation and overregulation as the number one source for closing their business. Fact number 13. The subprime mortgage crisis is prone to reoccur in the auto industry, where subprime loans now make up 31% of all auto loans, the same percentage as subprime mortgages in 2007, right before the housing market crashed. Fact number 14. The average cost of producing a barrel of shale oil in the United States is approximately $85. Now that the price of oil has started to slip underneath that number, it costs more for the U.S. to produce a barrel than we could possibly be able to sell it for. Fact number 15. Due to the recorded purchasing power of the dollar, China has officially surpassed the purchasing power of the U.S., while other countries are quickly catching up. Fact number 16. There are 49 million U.S. residents who cannot afford to eat 3 meals a day, 16.2 million of whom are children. Fact number 17. There are 6 banks in the United States that pretty much everyone agrees fit into the too big to fail category. 5 of them have more than $40 trillion of exposure to risky derivatives without enough capital to cover that exposure, setting the stage for a massive, unprecedented bailouts in the event of another economic crash. Fact number 18. The 113 top earning employees at the Federal Reserve headquarters in Washington, D.C. make an average of $246,506 a year. It turns out that ruining the U.S. economy is a very lucrative profession. Fact number 19. We are constantly being told by the media that the federal deficit is under control, but the truth is that despite having no coverage, the U.S. national debt increased by more than $1.1 trillion during the fiscal year of 2014. Fact number 20. An astounding 40 million taxpayer dollars have been spent just on vacations for President Barack Hussein Obama and his family. A record amount for any U.S. president. Perhaps he figures if we are going down as a nation anyway, he might as well enjoy the ride. The question that remains to be asked is, does an economic recovery even exist? The short answer to this question is no. There hasn't been any real form of economic recovery for the vast majority of Americans. Most Americans are far worse off today than they were in 2007 by almost every measurable statistic. With chances of recovery shrinking as each day goes by, let's narrow down the fundamental reasons the U.S. economy continues to degrade. The reasons for the decline are: small business generally fuels economic growth. The decline of small business is contributed to overtaxation and overregulation as quoted by small business owners. Keynesian economists refuse to acknowledge this fact, accelerating the decline. Monetary policy has been designed to artificially inflate the value of real estate and financial markets, financing this through a process known as inflation, an increase in the price of rent, education, healthcare, food, and other essential items. The American public is continued to being misled to believe inflation is only at 2%. If you calculate inflation yourself, you might find that number closer to 10%. Banks are being lent records amount of money at close to 0% interest, sometimes being paid just to borrow money and pay it back. Possible remedies to spur a real economic recovery. The first one would be raising interest rates. By raising interest rates, the value of the dollar increases relative to other currencies, increasing the purchasing power for the average person or family. A fair tax system with lower rates for everyone. Be careful of being tricked into believing higher income tax rates affect the wealthy. The top 5% of income earners pay mostly capital gains tax and not income tax, allowing millionaires like Mitt Romney and Warren Buffett to pay 1/3 of the percentage or even less than someone making $35,000 a year. Eliminating loopholes should be more of a concern than the income tax rate. Eliminating unconstitutional taxes and regulations. For example, it is illegal to resell cigarettes that you have bought without a government license. If something is your property, you should be allowed to sell it at your own will. If regulatory policy is designed to protect consumers from abusive corporations, small businesses with minimal earnings might as well be completely exempt, since they don't have enough market power to abuse consumers. Reducing the corporate tax rate. The United States currently has the highest corporate tax rate of any developed country in the world. It's no wonder businesses are desperate to ship jobs to countries with more competitive rates. And finally, eliminating the minimum wage. Economists as a whole agree that the lower the minimum wage, the more capacity the economy has to employ individuals. Raising the minimum wage would disproportionately harm young workers, minorities, immigrants, and the poorest Americans. The U.S. economy has seen a net drop of over 1 million full-time jobs. Fact number 3. In the same time period, the amount of workers working only part-time jobs has increased 20 frightening facts about the state of the U.S. economy which contradict government reports. Fact number 1. According to the United States Census Bureau, median household income in the United States has fallen 8% since 2007 when adjusted with official inflation numbers. Fact number 2. Since the Great Recession began in 2007, fact number 5. The jobs added during the recovery pay an average of 23% less than the jobs that were lost during the recession after adjusted for inflation. 54%. Fact number 4. More than 7 million part-time workers work part-time by force, not by choice. These are called involuntary part-time workers.